Tonight, we are hearing from a family who says they were mistreated by Greenwood and Sebastian County deputies after getting into a crash a little over a year ago. 5 News reporter Micah Wilson spoke with him, reached out to the Sebastian County Sheriff's Office, and then went through an hour of body cam footage for a story you'll only see on 5 News. Micah, tell us about this.
Hey, Darren, back in May of 2020, 19-year-old Tyler McClain moved from Tulsa, Oklahoma to Greenwood. And days after she moved, she says she was tased and handcuffed by sheriff deputies while they say she assaulted them. We do want to warn you, this video may be difficult for some to watch.
I knew that this was a place that this was not for me to be, but I had just moved there 2 weeks prior.
This is the video that sparked national attention.
Tyler, listen to me. Talk to me, you're okay.
You put my life in danger!
Happening in Sebastian County on May 14th, 2020. 19-year-old Tyler McClain, the woman in that video, she was driving around early that morning. She and her dog in the car when she veered off the road.
Vehicle spiraled and went on to the side of the road and over a fence.
According to a statement from the Sebastian County Sheriff's Office, deputies were called to the scene at around 2 a.m. to an accident off Highway 10 and Highway 71 South near Greenwood. Greenwood PD were also called to the scene. EMS told deputies they believe Tyler was suffering from medical issues.
You all right right now?
Body cam video shows deputies guiding Tyler to an ambulance to get checked. The next video shows her sitting in her car. The statement says they called a tow truck to get her car out of the field, and she was supposed to gather her personal items, but she never left the car, saying she was looking for her phone.
Miss McClain, what are you doing right now? Miss McClain.
The officer then asked her to step outside the car.
Hey.
She doesn't move.
Ma'am,
Then the officer pulls her out, throwing her on the ground. 3 officers are shown in the video handcuffing her.
Why am I being arrested? Because you're not doing anything on this hand you do right now.
Deputies say she began kicking them, lying on the ground. Tyler thought to herself,
I wasn't there to get help.
she says she never made the call to 911, but when they arrived, she expected safety and reassurance after her car accident. But mom Talisha McClain says Tyler didn't receive any of that.
And instead of helping them, you hurt them. Instead of being the people that are supposed to protect and serve, you hurt somebody.
Listen,
Listen,
if
I don't need you guys here.
you just calm
I
down.
don't need you guys here.
Tyler was later picked up and taken to the back of the police car, but refused to get inside. And she was later taken to Baptist Health, but refused to get treatment, and instead asked for her phone.
I have no reason to go to the hospital right now. I want to go home.
She was then taken to jail and arrested on second-degree battery and multiple misdemeanors, later dropped by the prosecuting attorney. Tyler's mom, Talisha, says she got the call about Tyler a day later, and she says she was in shock.
I couldn't believe what happened. You know, like I said, this girl, she just graduated from high school in 2019. You know, had dreams of starting her own business.
But says that all changed after May 14th, 2020. Los Angeles-based attorney DeWitt Lacey is now representing the McClains in a lawsuit.
Not only to make sure that there is adequate compensation for the emotional harm, for the physical harm that has come to Tyler, but also to make sure that folks are held accountable for the wrongs that they're doing.
After reviewing the video from May 14th, the Sebastian County Sheriff's Office sent 5 News this statement showing the changes they made since then, including revising their taser policy to meet best practices with state and federal law. And all deputies involved were debriefed and disciplined for the incident, but no specifics were given. But for the McClains and their attorney, they have this message to Greenwood PD and the Sheriff's Office.
Coming to hold you accountable, okay? And we're not going to pretend that this incident didn't happen. We're not going to ignore the harm that you caused Tyler and her family.
Now, the changes made to the Sheriff's Office policies were made after the incident, even though deputies say a complaint has not been filed by the McClains. Darren.
All right, Micah, thanks. The Sebastian County Sheriff's Office also says deputies completed training on the use of force and taser policy after the incident. Part of that training included de-escalation techniques.